This video is for class 9 physics, and in this video we are doing experiment number 2 from the practicals. The object of this experiment is to determine the pitch, the least count of a screw gauge, and to measure the mean radius of the given wire. So, basically we are having three different objectives. Number 1, to determine the pitch of a screw gauge. Number 2, to determine the least count of a screw gauge, and number 3, to find the mean radius of a given wire with the help of that screw gauge. So, the apparatus used for this experiment will be the screw gauge and the wire. Now, let us try to understand the different parts of a screw gauge. Now, here is a figure of a screw gauge which has different parts labeled. Now, here you can see stud A, right, and stud B, and now we can place an object here whose length needs to be determined, right, between these two studs. It consists of screw which ensures the movement of the circular scale, okay, this scale, and also the main scale, right. We can measure the main scale with the help of this screw only, right, and whose pitch needs to be determined, all right. Then there is a knot there, then there is a U frame which holds the both the studs, right, and there is a main scale reading here, main scale reading, right, like in case of vernier calipers, under which sorry, we have a baseline which has a very important role to play in order to calculate the show the circular scale reading, right. And then we have this hollow cylinder in which the main scale is embedded, right, and by the motion of this particular hollow cylinder, clockwise or anti-clockwise, right, this particular cylinder can be moved in and out, right. Now, the last part, the ratchet, it ensures the firm hold of the object in between the studs once it is fixed. Okay. So, let us go to the theory part of this particular experiment. The theory is that on rotating a screw it advances linearly, right. So, whenever you are rotating a screw it will advance linearly, either it will go back or it will go front. The linear distance moved by the screw in its one complete rotation. Here they are talking about this particular cylinder, right. If it moves one complete rotation, right, then they are saying that is equal to, that means the distance will be equal to the distance in between these two particular threads of the screw, distance between these two particular threads of the screw, right, and that is called the pitch of the screw. And then we are supposed to find the least count. As you all know what least count is, as you all know what least count is, the least count is the minimum length which the screw gauge can measure, which also can be determined by the help of this formula, that is least count equals to distance moved in one complete rotation, that is the pitch of the screw, divided by the number of divisions on the head scale. So, here this formula clearly shows that the accuracy of the screw gauge can be increased by increasing the number of divisions on the head scale or the circular scale. Here they have shown us some calculations which is our duty to do it and show it for a given screw gauge. So, let us go to the real picture of the screw gauge. So, we have come to the real picture of the screw gauge. I have mostly explained all the parts of the screw gauge. I am showing this picture just to show two things. Number 1, you can see these threads of the screw here, and the distance between two consecutive thread is called the pitch, of the screw gauge, which I am supposed to determine for this particular screw gauge. The other thing which I wanted you all to show is that you can see here the circular scale reading, and you can see the zero marking of the circular scale reading. So, this zero marking here, you can see this line is coinciding or aligned with the baseline. So, baseline and zero mark are aligned in a single line. So, it is not necessary that it will be aligned, okay. There might be some conditions such that when the zero of the circular scale might be below the baseline, or the 0 of the circular scale might be above the baseline. So, under these two conditions there will be something called 0 error, positive 0 error and negative 0 error, for which extra calculations needs to be done. But luckily our screw gauge does not have any 0 error, because the 0 of the circular scale is matching with the baseline, right, and we have the main scale reading here, right. So, let us try to find the pitch of the screw. That was our first duty. As you can see here, I am about to play a clip where screw gauge, the hollow cylinder, the circular scale is to be rotated, okay, is to be rotated such that it completes one rotation. So, when does it complete one rotation? It completes one rotation when the 0 marking here after one rotation comes back to the same position, and it moves a little bit back such that it has a distance covered, right, such as this particular circular scale has some distance covered. And let us try to find how much distance is covered, because for a given screw gauge the pitch of the screw will be equal to the distance covered after one rotation. So, let us check out the clip, okay, let us check out the clip. So, here what am I doing is I am trying to rotate, okay, this particular circular scale such that it rotates one complete rotation. So, you can see here it is being rotated one complete rotation, here it has completed its one complete rotation. So, here it has moved this particular distance, here it has moved this particular distance, right, this particular distance. So, now as it has moved here, as it has moved some distance, okay, the distance moved by it is 1 millimeter, which I will record it after some time, right, which can be again changed into centimeter, which shall be 0.1 centimeter. Okay, let us continue with the video, right. So, here I am noting the distance moved by the circular scale, which is 1 millimeter, and when I am converting it I am writing it as 0.1 centimeter. Now, the next thing I am supposed to is total number of divisions on the head scale. So, I have to count the number of divisions on the head scale. So, let us see how many of them are there. So, I am starting with 0, right, I am starting with 0, then we have 10, okay, 10, then we have 20, then 30, it keeps on going, right, it keeps on going, 60, 70, 80, 90, till 90 again to 0. So, 0 to 90 total we are having 100 divisions, right. So, to calculate the least count, what I have done is pitch needs to be divided by the number of divisions on the head scale. So, 0.1, the number of divisions were 100. So, as you all know, if I divide this 0.1 by 100, what shall I get? I shall get 0.001 centimeter, right, 0.001 centimeter. This shows that it is much more accurate than the vernier calipers. This is how we are supposed to determine the least count of the screw gauge. So, our first duty is done, that is the pitch is being determined. The second duty is also done, the least count is also determined, which is supposed to be 0.001 centimeter, right. So, now our third duty is to measure the mean radius of the given wire. Let us go to that part. So, now we have come to the third objective, that is to calculate the mean radius of this given wire, with the help of this particular screw gauge, whose least count is 0.001 centimeter, right, and the pitch is 0.1 centimeter, right. So, here the main scale is given in centimeter, but I will try to first find in millimeter, then at last we can convert it into centimeter, right. So, let us play the clip, let us see what happens, how to do. Now, here you can see I have taken the screw gauge and I have taken a wire, and total I have to do 6 different readings, okay, in one direction and in another direction, that is in the perpendicular direction, right. So I'm opening the screw gauge, and what I have done is I have just opened up and tried to fix the wire in these 3 different positions, okay, and turn them perpendicular so that I don't miss the part that will give me the average radius of this particular wire. So I am putting the wire in the screw gauge, right, and I am trying to hold it with the studs, okay, by rotating the hollow cylinder. Now here I am not making use of this particular ranchet because it is already tight, okay. So what I have done is I am not using this. So here I am trying to check my main scale reading. My main scale reading is 2 millimeter, right. My main scale reading is 2 millimeter. My main scale reading is 2 millimeter, right. Then my next job is to find the vernier reading or the circular reading, okay. The circular reading will be here, you can see this is 70, right. So if I can count, this particular baseline is matching with the 74, this particular baseline is matching with the 74. So I am trying to pause the video, okay, here. So after pausing the video, here you can see the baseline is matching with this 74 mark here, 74 mark here, right. So therefore my circular scale will be 74, therefore my circular scale will be 74. So I hope you are understanding how it is done, okay. So I shall write 74, right, multiplied by the least count, which is 0.001, multiplied by the least count, which is 0.001 centimeter, right. Okay, I hope you have understood till here. So I shall show you the calculations now. If it was not visible during the clip, here I have taken a screenshot of that particular video. Here you can see this wire is in between the studs, and the reading here in the main scale is 1 millimeter and 2 millimeters. So I have written 2 millimeter, but this time since I have done it again, so here the vernier shall be, here you can see the vernier is slightly different, is 80, right, is 81, 82, right. So you can see this 83 mark, right. So this time the vernier is 83. So the vernier will change because of the small deformations present in this particular wire, right. Now let us go to the calculation part, okay. So I hope this is clear. So here you can see I have done the calculation part also, and I have taken the other readings also. So now I have converted that main scale reading, which was 2 millimeter, into 0.2 centimeter, right. I hope you have understood this particular conversion. Now the main scale, the circular scale reading was 74, which I have multiplied with the least count, which is 0.001, hence I am getting 0.074. Then to calculate the total reading, I have added the main scale reading with the circular scale reading or the head scale reading, and thus I am getting 0.274 centimeter. Remember now the length is measured in centimeter, okay. So similarly other readings were also taken, and I have shown you in the screenshot also that the vernier will change, but the main scale reading will not change, right, because there is a small deformation on the wire, right. On every object you can find small deformations, which can be only noticed with the help of this vernier readings. Actually these were only deforming by these small amounts, right. So now after doing the calculation here, I am getting a total 6 total readings, okay, and which I have added in order to find the mean diameter. I have added them first and then divided the whole the total by 6. So after adding all these readings here, 6 of them, I am getting 1.656 centimeter, which I am dividing by 6. Thus I am getting 0.276 centimeters. So this is my mean diameter, this is my mean diameter. but my motive was to find the radius. So therefore the diameter is being divided by 2, thus I am getting 0.276 by 2, which comes up to 0.138, right. So thus my result, the 3 motives, right, the 3 objectives are fulfilled now, and I am writing them in the form of result. The pitch of screw gauge is 0.1 centimeter, the least count of the screw gauge is 0.001 centimeter, and the mean radius of the given wire is 0.138 centimeter. So I hope you have understood the calculations and this experiment. Thank you so much.